Garcelle Beauvais blasted for inserting herself into Kyle Richards and Dorit Kemsley feud in RHOBH preview. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fans want Garcelle Beauvais to stay out of Kyle Richards and Dorit Kemsley's drama. Season 14 of RHOBH has largely focused on the feud between the former friends. In the latest preview for the hit Bravo show, Kyle and Dorit are still arguing at Kathy Hilton's girls' trip dinner. Garcelle interrupts Dorit to side with Kyle, claiming Dorit doesn't know how to say sorry. There's no love lost between Dorit and Garcelle, and everyone knows that. Dorit, for her part, doesn't back down while also acknowledging Garcelle simply doesn't like her. The footage ends with tension all around the dinner table as we see the other women cringing at this situation. Garcelle Beauvais blasted for inserting herself into Kyle Richards and Dorit Kemsley feud in RHOBH preview. The comments section of the X was filled with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills viewers coming for Garcelle. Yuck, I can't stand Garcelle and her disdain for Dorit. She's always mean to her, and it's clear that her animosity runs deep. You aren't a victim, Garcelle, wrote one critic. Another brought up how Garcelle doesn't like Dorit, and another user insisted Garcelle was only siding with Kyle because she doesn't want Kyle gunning for her. Garcelle needs to keep her mouth shut. No one cares that you and Dorit had an issue 3 seasons ago, read a comment. One critic thinks season 14 will be a flop for Garcelle. Another critic wrote something similar, wondering what Garcelle's storyline was this season. I hate that Garcelle is backing Kyle up. Is Dorit annoying at times? Yes. We established that 3 seasons ago, but she's been right this season so far. Anna, when Kyle and Dorit get back cool, guess who they are gonna gang up on for the exact same thing Kyle and Dorit are fighting, declared an ex-user. Garcelle taking anyone's side against Dorit was also brought up. RHOBH fans defend Garcelle Beauvais amid Dorit Kemsley and Kyle Richards drama. Not everyone was jumping on the dragging Garcelle bandwagon. Garcelle is given props for telling it like it is, no matter what, with the commentator hitting back at Dorit for never taking accountability. I understand Garcelle completely even if I don't agree with her jumping in, but she's got plenty of reasons to not like Doritos after what happened with her son, wrote an ex-user. One ex-user wondered why the rest of the gang made faces when Garcelle inserted herself into Kyle and Dorit's conversation. Considering this was just a snippet of what's coming up on the show, we can't wait to see what else the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills viewers have to say. In other RHOBH news, Jennifer Tilly spoke about her divorce on the show, and you can see how it added to her net worth here. As the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 14 trailer hit Bravo's social media pages, fans braced themselves for another round of glamour, drama, and simmering feuds. The snippet that caught everyone's attention, however, was Garcelle Beauvais stepping into the highly publicized fallout between Kyle Richards and Dorit Kemsley, a move that had the fandom divided and the cast reeling. It all began with Garcelle, ever the straight shooter, inviting Kyle and Dorit over to her chic West Hollywood home for what was supposed to be a heart-to-heart. The clip teased a fiery confrontation, showing Garcelle sitting between Kyle and Dorit, sipping her signature rosé with an air of calm before the storm. I just think it's time we address the elephant in the room. Garcelle began in her usual no-nonsense tone. Her directness, which had often been her strength, now teetered on the edge of provocation. Kyle crossed her arms, her emerald green silk blouse catching the light. And what exactly is the elephant, Garcelle? She asked, her voice clipped but controlled. Dorit, ever the diva, adjusted her oversized diamond necklace and let out an exasperated sigh. Oh, I think we all know what the elephant is. It's her, she gestured toward Kyle, playing victim while dragging me through the mud. The camera cut to a confessional of Dorit, her perfectly contoured face a mask of disdain. Garcelle inserting herself into this mess is like throwing a match onto a gasoline-soaked pile of designer handbags. Nobody asked her to play mediator. Back at Garcelle's house, Kyle shot Dorit a steely glare. Dragging you through the mud? That's rich, coming from someone who aired my personal issues at Mauricio's event for the world to hear. Dorit fired back, her British accent sharpening every word. I wasn't airing your issues, Kyle. I was defending myself after you made it sound like I've been anything but loyal to you. The argument escalated, voices overlapping until Garcelle raised a manicured hand. "Enough," she said firmly, silencing them both. In her confessional, Garcelle explained her reasoning. "I've seen how this group tears each other apart, and frankly, it's exhausting. If I can help them resolve whatever this is, maybe we can finally move on to something that matters, like who stole my Birkin at the last charity auction." But fans weren't buying it. As soon as the trailer dropped, Twitter, or X, as Elon Musk insisted on calling it, was ablaze with reactions. Not Garcelle trying to play peacemaker like she's Dr. Phil. "Girl, stay in your lane." One tweet read, amassing thousands of likes. Another fan defended her, writing, "Garcelle's the only one with enough guts to call out Kyle and Dorit's fake drama. She's doing the Lord's work." The cast, however, seemed less impressed. In the preview, Lisa Rinna, ever the pot stirrer, voiced her skepticism during a dinner party at Erika Jayne's house. Garcelle getting involved is just another way for her to feel superior. It's like, "Look at me. I'm the voice of reason." Honey, nobody's buying it. Garcelle's closest ally, Sutton Strack, came to her defense in her confessional. "I think Garcelle's heart is in the right place. But this is Beverly Hills. We don't solve problems. We bury them under culture." The fallout from the intervention came to a head during a group trip to Cabo, where tensions boiled over at a beachfront dinner. In the teaser, Kyle accused Garcelle of taking sides. "You're always so quick to point out my flaws, Garcelle," Kyle said, her voice trembling with emotion. "But where's your accountability? You've been talking behind my back just as much as Dorit has." Garcelle's jaw dropped. "Excuse me? When have I ever talked behind your back, Kyle?" Dorit, sensing an opportunity, chimed in. "Oh, don't act so innocent, Garcelle. We all heard what you said at Erika's party about Kyle's marriage." The camera cut to a flashback of Garcelle speaking candidly to Sutton. "Kyle's got a lot on her plate, and I'm not sure her marriage can take the strain," she'd said, her tone sympathetic but forthright. In her confessional, Garcelle rolled her eyes. "Of course they'd twist my words to make me look like the villain. Typical Beverly Hills." As the dinner unraveled, Erika Jayne, sipping a margarita with an air of detached amusement, decided to fan the flames. "You know what they say, when you point one finger, 3 more point back at you. Garcelle, maybe it's time to take a look in the mirror." "Erika, you of all people don't get to lecture me about self-reflection," Garcelle shot back, her voice laced with icy precision. The episode preview ended on a cliffhanger, with Garcelle standing up from the table and declaring, "If you want to come for me, you'd better bring receipts. Otherwise, shut it." While the cast might have questioned her motives, there was no denying Garcelle had injected the season with a much-needed dose of realness. Bravo fans, however divided, couldn't wait to see how the drama unfolded. Would Garcelle's intervention bring Kyle and Dorit closer together, or would it drive an even deeper wedge between them? And more importantly, would Garcelle survive the fallout with her reputation intact? As the trailer concluded with the tagline, "In Beverly Hills, loyalty is just another accessory," it was clear that Garcelle had become the unlikely lightning rod of season 14, a role she might not have asked for, but one she was undeniably prepared to own. For better or worse, Garcelle Beauvais had just cemented herself as one of the most talked about housewives of the season.